There we go. Finally. Is that a catfish? Catfish. No, that's a good bass.
catches the biggest bass.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is the garage. Y'all haven't seen it in a minute. Let me step to the side so you can see it. So, this is my garage. This is where I'm like operating out of. I keep all the baits and stuff in the house, but in this garage right here, this is where I keep all the kayaks. This is where I come every morning before I go fish. Sometimes I leave the kayak in the truck, sometimes I'll leave it in here, just depending on, you know, where I'm at, how far I have to go, how early I'm getting up. Sometimes I just go ahead and load it up the night before. I got rid of the Bonafide P127 kayak I had. No real reason, didn't really have a use for it, and I was like, somebody else can use it. And the guy that I gave it to, he actually sent me a text after he bought it and said he won his first tournament in it, and I won my only tournament. My only tournament victory came out of that kayak. So had some good juju to it. Kind of regretted it when he takes me there. I was like, man, I should start fishing out of that one. But it's all good. But what we're doing today is I'm gonna hang up these two RVRs. I got these mounts from Amazon over the weekend, and they're supposed to hold up to 100 pounds. These kayaks are like 84 or 87, one of the two. So definitely gonna be pushing the weight limit, but I figure if I put them in the studs, like if I put the racks in the studs, they should hold, hopefully, in theory. So we're gonna try to do that. That way, this is my little 3 kayak rack me and my dad built. We have a native on the bottom that still has Spectre cable that's messed up in it, and the handle in it's broken. So that's kind of been out of commission for the full summer. Luckily at the autopilot, and I think I probably enjoy that one more anyway, especially fishing some of the bigger bodies of water I've been fishing. Salty PDL has been on the channel. This is like year 3 on the channel for it. And then we got a paddleboard from Boat, which I'm not sure that y'all ever saw. I got that at the beach, and haven't really been able to use it. I really haven't gotten the hang of that good enough to say I can take my fishing stuff out on it with me. Basically trying to revamp this garage a little bit just so I have more operating space in and out, because eventually I would really love to get, I don't want to say I want a second autopilot, but I'd love to have like kind of like a basher autopilot, just kind of like I can drag this one through the woods. I know autopilot and drag don't go together in the same sentence, but I want one on a trailer. And I love to be able to put a trailer in here, keep these 2 kayaks up on the wall, because I use them, but I don't use them all the time. So they'll be fine up out of the way. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do today. I'm gonna try to hang these up. And then once I do that, I'll have all this open floor space. I'm just hoping that when I hang them up, they're just not protruding off the wall. You know what I mean? Like they're not, I don't really save any space when I put them up on the wall. They'll still kind of be in the way. But we're gonna do that. And then after that, there's a lake I've been fishing, and there's like probably 40% of the lake I haven't touched because it's all creek, and I'm gonna go fish some of those creeks today. So I'm thinking Ned Riggs, maybe top water. And I want to do it in like a little bit different condition. We're gonna do it evening, and most of the time we go out there, we go in the morning. So we're gonna start off, we're gonna clean up a little bit. We've got a new table, got some toolboxes in here for our tools and our workmanship. So when we get our big boy house, we'll be able to saw some wood and make things. So now thinking I was trying not to have to lift the kayak too high, but I don't have enough room to get this kayak down. Which I've kind of measured, I was like, I can pull it out, but I forgot there's a lip on the bottom one, or it's raised, so we're gonna have to move these up. Should just have to move them up. I mean, probably the length of this, like double the length of this on the wall, just to have a little bit of clearance, so I'm not, since they're heavy, so I have a little bit of wiggle room and I don't have to jiggle it out. All right, we got the garage fixed, so now we can go fish. All right, so I'm kind of in a discrepancy, I guess you'd call it. I don't know whether I'm like, my video idea for today was to go fish these creeks of this lake that I've been fishing. And then there's also another lake, so maybe fish a creek today, then a separate video fish another creek, because I want to go out and do like a full topwater send, since the water in the lake's kind of starting to transition a little bit, you know. So since it's like officially topwater time, I feel like it wouldn't be a bad idea to go and do like a topwater morning sand, and then like maybe for another video, because topwater is good until like 10 o'clock. So that gives us 5 hours in the morning to just throw drift walkers and choppos. But today I want to go fish these creeks, and I'm thinking like, if there's not any bait in the creek, the creek's fairly long, so there's definitely fish somewhere in it, but will we catch a whole bunch? But I mean, we're not gonna know until we try. And the number one step is just getting out there, launching the boat and seeing what we can get into. But if I don't like what I see, I'll just go fishing. Boom, got the jeans on today, boys. We are out on the water finally. It took me a minute to get over here. I just took a thumbnail picture, and also there was like a little john boat of like in the spot where we're normally launching. It's like slapping between two trees, so I had to kind of maneuver that a little bit. But we're out on the water, and we are here. And time is about to change because it's 5:30, and look how it looks out here. Like, there's the sun. Probably have, I don't know, about an hour and a half. So it's gonna be a good little evening send. Figured we might as well go straight to the Choppo. There we go. Oh, came off. Well, it's good to know that they're still over here.
2 hours later.
All right, decided to come over here, hopefully try some different water and get a different result. Theme of the day has been try things, no fish, try things, no fish, which I'm really not used to, because normally, traditionally, the bite has been pretty good, but I really have spent a lot of time out on this lake, and it's kind of cool because this is my first time actually seeing fish transition on a big body of water, because this is like a lake, this isn't a pond. So a lot of the bigger ponds that I fished, you can do the same thing year round, but now I'm kind of having to adapt and try new things. So I came out here at like the tail end of a crankbait bite. It was really good for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, then kind of switched over to a worm. They weren't really wanting the crankbait as much. And now it's kind of like, all right, they've transitioned. Because in the tournament, honestly, I struggled right there until the end. So, I'm gonna try this top water. I feel like we should be able to pick one out of this pocket. There's a deer back in there making that sound. All right, let's get out of here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave here tonight, and we are gonna go to a different lake where the tournament's gonna be at tomorrow. Saturday. I'm not sure if we're gonna fish the tournament, but we're gonna practice just in case. So I will see y'all in the next clip, getting ready for the tournament. Well guys, we have made it to the lake. I have not fished out here maybe once or twice this year. I definitely haven't fished out here throughout the summer. I think I might have made one trip out here spring or so, but I've seen a couple of really nice fish be caught out of here. This is Bibb County State Lake that we're at today. So the state lakes, for a while there, I was always I started off at Clay County State Lake. Me and my dad always used to go out there. Those are like my earliest fishing memories were out there. So like, we had some iffy days out there, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like some days we would have really good days, catch a whole bunch of catfish and crappie, and other days we would have just horrible days out there. My state lake days were always iffy, but now that my experience has kind of grown a little bit as a fisherman, I like them. I like them. I think the state lakes are a nice thing. It'd be cool to have like a little tournament trail come through here. We're gonna go inside, you gotta pay $3, and then you also have to pay like $5 to launch the boat. So we're gonna go pay our dues to the state. And then we are gonna hopefully go catch some bass. All right, got our kayak rigged up. We have the lake to ourselves. There's one guy over here fishing off a dock, but I don't think I've ever, I've been out here, I've been probably coming out here for 4 or 5 years now. I've never been out here by myself. So normally I would say there's a bite window from, it seems like daylight to about 8 o'clock, which is right now it's 8:30, of like really good crankbait bite, really good jerkbait bite, and they'll really eat it anywhere. But hopefully since the lake doesn't have any pressure, it might not be a moving bait bite, but it might be like a worm bite. Talked to a couple buddies and they've said shaky heads out here have been good historically, but we have an overcast morning this morning, so I don't know. I still might try to slip out of top water. I still might try to throw a black Choppo. It's Choppo season. I don't know. We're gonna get out in the water. I got really hype in the truck when I saw nobody was out here. I'm like, yeah, first time, let's go, baby. But yeah, we're gonna go park the truck and get on the kayak, and I'll talk to you on the kayak. Okay, we got good overcast. Hopefully the bite will be good. If the bite's good, we can shoot. We might be able to stay here all day. By bite's good, I mean like catching 1 to 2 every hour. All right, let's see what we can make happen. We're off. Roto grip from Yak Attack. I should have got the double header so that way I could have, it extends out a little bit. Kayak doesn't, or the net doesn't get in the way, but also it's not out of the way when I need it. Ooh, look at that. This is the first time I've ever had the fish finder in here. 15 foot of water right here. I never knew it was that deep. How I know I've been going fishing a lot is this clip has been so tight. Like, I don't know if it got rusted or something definitely happened with it. But it's been like super hard to move, but now like I can move it pretty easy. Since I've been going fishing a lot, I've been having to set it and unset it. Let's see, let's go by this little fish marker since we got the fish finder right here. Oh, there sure are fish on it. Look at that. There sure are fish on it. It's a huge brush pile down there. Hey, I have a spinning rod. I don't have anything for like crappie. I bet that's what those are too. All right, so we're gonna start off with what we know. Start off with the red Frittside. And then also we're gonna go jerkbait on our other went fry. Now that I've like kind of had some experience on some other lakes, this lake used to feel so big to me. But like now looking at it, I'm like, man, this thing really isn't big enough for the size tournaments that they'd have out here. Because I mean, they would have tournaments with
15 to 20 people out here fishing in this lake. I couldn't give you an acre size on it, but like if you've been on Bibb County, you know this lake, like you're sharing banks with people, and like whenever somebody catches one, everybody's looking at you. Okay, we're gonna issue ourselves a challenge. We're gonna try to get, hey, I know 80 is a high number. I don't know. I have my catch board with me. I don't know what a fair number is. We're gonna say 75, just based on the way that it's gone historically out here. I think 75 inches of bass for the best 5 is fair. So by the end of today, we want to have 75 inches. I don't care how long it takes, unless it just dies all the way off and the clouds leave. But this morning, I think we can get that done. I think 75 is a fair number. All right, so we got some Magnum hit worms here. I don't know if I've ever thrown these on I know I've thrown them on a Texas rig. I don't think I've ever shaky headed them. We got a little shaky head hook here. We got this 7-inch hit worm. Got another smaller one's always used for like a drop shot, which that's another thing I need to get a little bit better at is. Oh, there we go. Oh, broke me off. Wait, my line's still right there. I've experienced it. Oh, it's swimming off. Yeah, no shot. There's our first one. Just broke me off. My line was there and I watched it swim off. It's the first one on the shaky head too. There we go. Finally. Is that a catfish? Catfish. No, that's a good bass. Oh, come here, baby. On the red Frittside. Oh, let's go. Oh, finally. Finally. That one would definitely help a lot. Ooh, look how long he is. That's exactly what you want. It looks like there might be another one back in there. Good old Faithful working this morning. Got a new one. Got to put some more teeth marks on this one. Boom. All right, so we said we want 75 inches. This is definitely a good one. Good long one. I mean, he's not super filled out or anything, but could be a 3-pounder, definitely a 2-pounder though. Good first fish. So we will have, ooh, 17-incher. Yeah, 17 1/4, 17 1/2. No, 17 and 3/4. Almost 18-incher. That's what you want. So 17.75 to start off. That's a good one. That's a really good first fish. Like, that's perfect kayak tournament fish. Cool. 17.75. That'll put a smile on your face in a heartbeat. All right, I'm gonna put that in my phone notes and see what our best 3 would be today. This lake that we're at is not, I would say it's probably not historically the like big fish lake. Like, that's probably the best intermediate fish. Normally it's like 11-incher or it's 4-pounder. You know, there's really not any in between in my opinion. If we average 17 inches, we'll be up at 88 by the end of the day. Cool. It was good for the first one to come on the Frittside. Be able to test out my new net contraption. That worked pretty good for me. I like that position. Also, there were more. There's another one over here. It looked like chasing some bait once that one left. So, oh, cool. Starting to get worried. I'm like, have I lost my touch? I haven't caught anything in an hour and a half. I'm gonna go back in here, see how deep it is back in this pocket. If it's not super deep, we're probably gonna swish out of here. Or if it's not like minimum 5 foot, we're gonna get out of here.
Two hours later.
There we go. Oh, that's a stick. Ooh, it has been close. Or it's been close. It has been slow. And we are nowhere close to our 75 inches. This is coming up on hour 3 out here. We got 2 fish. We got one good one. The one we have definitely is something positive. But we're gonna give it a couple more hours. We're definitely starting to hit the slow part of the day. It's kind of, I'm kind of in that weird spot. It's like, I know if I fish out here for 2 more hours, I'll probably catch another 17, just because it's that middle part of the day. You know, you always just kind of get blessed in the middle of the day if you stick it out. But also it is approaching 11:18, and the conditions are slowly starting to change. It's still mostly cloudy, but you can tell the sun's gonna probably pop out. The wind's gonna start blowing, all the clouds are gonna blow away, and then it's just gonna be regular bluebird sky day. So just kind of going back and forth on. I'm gonna fish this one last little pocket. Hadn't caught nothing all day. Finally got a bite on the shaky head. Wasn't too big. Set the hook on him, and he came out of the water. Yeah, and my shaky head came flying back at me, so. He wasn't that big. He might have been the same size as the first one.
Did tournament practice last week. Tournament is this weekend, October 28th. Kind of want to go back out tomorrow and do a little bit more practice because the weather should be about the same all week this week, just to see if we can maybe try some new areas or start off in a different spot. See if we can get some early bites. Last week they had a tournament. I think it took 72 inches to win, and we had a total of 17 3/4. So we're gonna have to catch 5 fish. If we can find 5 fish, I think we can definitely get a good limit of bass. It's just gonna be finding the fish, especially with all the pressure the lake's gonna be getting, because it's not the biggest lake in the world. But wanted to give y'all a little bit of context as to where we're at. That practice was last week, tournament this weekend, October 28th, and there's another one November 2nd or something. So y'all will see all this after the tournament happens, of course, because you know. Number one thing I think it's probably gonna work for the tournament, it's gonna be Frittside jerkbait. Shaky head, got 2 bites on that. Probably will start off with moving baits in the morning. If I go out in the morning, I might throw some top water, and then we'll just kind of like have a 2-part tournament practice slash actual tournament day series. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to give y'all a little bit of context as to where we're at. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to fish smart and have a good day.